all right. Hello, my beauties, and welcome to another Mordheim stream. Hey, Pointless Alibi, good morning. How are you, buddy? Today we are going to keep on working on the Mordheim table. I'm good, I'm doing fine, thanks. Still a bit, what do you say, a bit tired. I haven't really woken up yet. Got some coffee in, but it didn't quite kick in. So I'm trying to get some energy drinks going. Oh, I got a new mic, I forgot about it. I have to attach it to my person. Well, it should be fine. I just need to kind of get into it, and it should be fine real quick. Today we will be continue to add paint to the board, which should be fun. It's one of the more exciting steps in my opinion, because you see a lot of kind of. Yeah, it really takes shape when you add paint. Not quite sure where I want to start out, but I was thinking about maybe getting the stonework done first. So I think that is a good idea. I will get some of the stuff out of the way just to have more room to work with. We got the gatehouse. Thank you so much. It's looking fire. Thank you so much, man. I am quite happy thus far. Should be good going forward. Now, what I have done previously is for the stone, I've painted it. The base coat is this dark brown, and I've dry brushed it with a darkish gray. Now for the highlight, I don't want to add more gray. I want it to be like a light cream color. It's the same cream color that I use for the buildings and what I highlight pretty much everything with. So it's an easy palette, and it also makes everything kind of blend together and be cohesive. So let me just get my paints ready, and I will be right back. Oh shit, yes, the infamous legs. I even, let me show you. I added an emoticon. Let's see, and it's free. As long as you are a follower, you can use the legs. Hey, good morning, Hobby Bandit. Good to see you. Yes, there we go, the legs. We got the legs emoji. We are just getting started with some dry brushing. Going to add a little bit of color to the stone, and I am using a mix of raw sienna and titanium white for this. It's the kind of cream color that I use to pretty much highlight everything. Let's see if we can't. I don't think, well, I say cream mix. I kind of mix it different. Sometimes it's a little bit lighter for like the final highlights, but for this one I don't want to mix it too light, not at first at least. Let's just see how it goes. Usually it turns out fine. I don't use too precise measuring. Now I can already see that I think this is going to be a bit too dark. But let's get a quick test dry brush in. I have no idea what Jelly is. He might be not awake, I don't know. Yes, but he is usually on pretty much every stream, so hopefully he will show up, turn out. It's not the same without him, you know. It's my trusted moderator. It is really early. I have never done streams this early before, so I'm not sure if people will show up or not. And that's fine. I love doing this anyway, so if I'm doing it all alone, that is what I'm used to doing anyway. But the more the merrier. Now, just trying to get the dry brush was in water to keep it from coagulating, because there's a bit of paint. No, not paint, but paint and glue. It's dry brushing. It's quite an easy technique. You just have to make sure you don't have too much paint on the brush, and we'll try to just lightly, because I'm not sure. I think this doesn't need to be any lighter, because it's over such a dark gray color. I think it's picking out the details quite nicely, actually. Yes, you have him beat this time. Hopefully he won't be upset. I am very grateful to have people that tune in pretty much every time. It's kind of hard to describe what it means to me. I very much appreciate it. I'm not very good at showing gratitude or feelings in general, but it really does mean quite a lot to me. So thank you everyone who's watching. It does mean a lot. I will try to keep improving what I create and also how I create it. Speaking of which, is the smooth jazz? No, I haven't started it yet. Let's put on some smooth jazz. And thank you. You're too kind, man. Please tell me if it's too loud or not. It is a bit too loud on my end, or if it's playing at all. It might not be. I think only I am hearing it at the moment. Let's see. Got some, what do they call it? What? That is weird. Yeah, that is probably the music from the gym below. I kind of want to drown that out with a little bit of music. Let's see. That is really weird. It's supposed to be. Well, I will have to do some checking. I'm not going to waste too much time on stream doing that. Well, let's just get back to dry brushing. Yes, it is dry brushing ASMR. Okay, let's just get back to what's really important, and that is getting some paint on this thing. Yeah, I think it's turning out. You can make out the difference, I hope. it's adding a bit of warmth because of the brown, the light brown. So instead of being like a completely cold stone, it kind of gives it a bit more warmth, and it also kind of, because it's base coated like a dark brown, it kind of picks up a little bit of that dark brown that is in the recesses, I guess. I think it looks rather nice. Like, there are probably 1,000 ways to do stones, but this is a quick and easy way. For me, it's just priming it, then gray dry brush, and then this creamy dry brush. So those are some really, at least for me, it's some easy steps. I'm not going to whisper. I'm not going to whisper. I don't knock people who like ASMR, but whispering, to me, it's very uncomfortable. I kind of just want to get it out of my ear, and I get that some people like the kind of like tickling that they experience, but to me it's closer to torture than to relaxation or like being able to sleep. Well, to each his or her own, I guess. But, yeah. This is such a fun and easy and relaxing step to do. It's let me see if I can just adjust my position a little bit to access all of the stones. Now all the texturing and the sand and the stones, all that kind of. Oh, just gonna remove the boat for now. It kind of just pops. Oh, that was way too much. I got a bit too much. Usually, if you're quick enough, you can kind of smudge it out with just the tip of your finger, and it will kind of make it less prominent. Every now and then I come across some hot glue strings. I just try to remove them, but if not, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of a messy and broken place anyway. So the goop doesn't look as out of place as it might have done on a clean table. Let's see. Let's just pick out the. Oh, that was a bit lighter than I expected, but it is the top of the stones, so I will just leave it be. You don't have to be tidy, because if it hits the wood, we are going to highlight that up later on anyway, and it is going to end up being this color. So it doesn't matter. If you are looking for tips on how to be neat and precise, sadly this isn't the channel for that stuff. Hobby Bandit, he is a lot more precise. I can tell by his Instagram posts. He is really good at doing pre-measuring and making sure that everything fits. At least that is my impression of his way of building. It's very, very clean, and I'm a bit a bit envious. I want to learn some of like his way of building in the future. Even though this way that I do it, I think the results are good. But I kind of want that to be able to do different stuff as well, not just do this panicked way of building where I don't know where I'm headed. Just kind of letting it's like a leaf being carried down the river. You don't really know where it's going to end up. I guess there are good and bad to both sides of doing it, but yeah, being more organized wouldn't hurt. But then again, I've been watching a lot of well, I haven't been a lot, but I have been watching quite a bit of Summon Lesser Maker on YouTube, and he seems to be really like haphazard, and I really like his stuff as well. So there are more ways to get to the end target, I guess. Oh, you got some materials, but not the pink foam. Okay, well, you can make a lot of stuff without the pink foam, but yes, the foam is really nice to have. If you can't get foam, maybe try getting some cork. Cork is also a very lightweight but durable material. It's not as easy to make it texture in, but it's still really nice for terrain. You can make bricks and stuff. You add kind of wall filler, like lightweight wall filler, to kind of smooth out the cork. Oh, it's just on photos. Okay, well, that makes me feel kind of a little bit better about myself. It looks very clean in the photos. Like you are an architect in complete control. But I can't even organize to look organized in photos. It's just a jumbled mess all over the place. And here we go. Some of the brushes were a bit too bright, but I will be going over with some washes later on if I need it. I kind of want to get a little bit of green here and there to kind of have like this mossy kind of a look to it. Hopefully I will get most of the buildings painted up today. I think I might be doing 2 streaming sessions, like a super Saturday today. Yeah, I really want to finish this tile soon and get all the vegetation, all that kind of good stuff going. I can already see like some places here the bricks they're not very pretty, so I know I can add some dead grass and stuff inside there, and it's going to look absolutely awesome. Yeah, cork sheets. Okay, I guess they are a bit thin and not that easy to build stuff with, but I think it's a good place to start. You should just try building some stuff and see how it works out. If it doesn't, you will learn something anyway, and it's just fun to get going and get the kind of creative juices flowing. It's a really good feeling in my experience. Now, I'm not being too tidy on the underside of this archway. I don't think it's going to show much on the table anyway. That is kind of a trick, is deciding or knowing what to spend time on and what to kind of just ignore a little bit. It's a bit of a waste if you spend a lot of time and it's something that no one will ever actually notice, you know. Even though it's nice to know yourself that you have done a thorough job, but it's yeah. There is quite a bit of stonework here that doesn't look very nice in my opinion, and I will probably be adding some dead vines and some plants over it. We got pretty much all of the stonework done. Just need to remember to dry brush the insides of them as well. It's so easy to kind of forget like one angle of the build. I'm trying to get it in everywhere. The bricks, they really don't have to be highlighted up to the exact same level all over. It kind of makes it look more natural if you just keep them a bit different. And I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. Might do a even lighter highlight, but I think for now it's looking pretty decent. Let's see, yeah, you can already see a big difference from where we started out. And let's compare it to this one. This one has just the priming and the first dry brush. You kind of see this looks a lot more alive. Oh, it's very wobbly. God damn it. Let's put you like that and let's get started on this one. Yes, what Hobby Bandit is saying here is a really good advice. It's an awesome method to making bricks look really awesome. And I think you can check out the Instagram even if you don't have an account, or maybe I'm wrong there. They have been starting to kind of lock down what you can see on social media sites if you're not a member, which is kind of annoying. We are continuing on with our dry brushing. I really enjoy the colors, the combination of gray and browns using this technique. Now I'm just tooting my own horn, or sucking my own D, I guess, but I'm very happy with how it's looking, and it's so easy. It's not because I am very talented or anything. It's just that I think I found a nice color combination that is quick and easy to do. And it only requires 3 tubes of paints, and a spray can. That's all it takes. highlights. Let's see. Continue to add. I kind of did this in the wrong order. I should have done the wood before I started this one, because this is the kind of the same colors used for the highlights. But I kind of wanted to get the feel of the stone, to know that I was on the right track before doing the wood, which is, I just like to do that sometimes. It's not the most effective always, but it's kind of, I just like knowing that I'm kind of heading the right direction at least. Yeah, sure. Just give me a second. So for, I can kind of tip you this way. This is the base coat, or the primer. It's raw umber. The one I use is Liquitex. I'm sure that there are different makers, but just try to get a raw umber, which is a really like a dark brown. And then for the gray, don't be surprised, it's black and white. I use Liquitex for this as well. It's Mars black and titanium white. That is the gray. And for the last highlight, it's raw sienna and titanium white. And for wood, it is, for my wood, it's raw umber as the base coat for that as well. And then it's dry brush raw sienna, and the highlight is raw sienna mixed with titanium white. So it's a very simple palette. Hey, Ostaf Malte, thank you for joining. I'm doing great, thank you. How are you? I finally started to feel awake. And, it's an early stream for me. Yeah, the raw sienna, I really like it because it's, in my opinion, it's very versatile. You can use it for kind of a bunch of stuff, and it's easy to mix it down with black or white to kind of make some variations. We will be keeping on just dry brushing, adding some highlights to the stone, giving it some different, like a bit of warmth and some different colors. Sometimes there is like a lot kind of splashed onto one of the bricks, and sometimes I just leave it there, so it kind of looks like it's a lighter stone, or maybe just some, looks like it's got some sand on it or whatever. They are all kind of natural colors, so they don't stand out. They all look like they belong because they are close to each other, like color-wise. And this is someone who doesn't know color theory trying to sound like he knows color theory. I really don't, but I try my best to kind of incorporate the little I know about colors and stuff. The whole thing looks great. Thank you so much, Ostaf. I very much appreciate it. It is shaping up nicely, in my opinion. I will be doing a little bit more stonework, and then I will be moving to doing the wood. So everything should be popping pretty soon, and then I will do all of the clay and stuff. Let's just move the camera and get the last stone piece. Yeah, color theory denied. Yes, that is correct. At least there was an attempt at color theory. No, but as I explained earlier, the entire palette is very, very basic. It's just a couple of colors. And that makes it it's very easy because you don't need a lot of materials like paint-wise, and it kind of makes everything blend together while still looking different. There is there's a big difference between stone and the wood, for example. I like to keep it simple, not make it too colorful. I want the terrain to be kind of muted. Just because I like the aesthetic, but also I want the models on the table to kind of pop. And if you have a lot of color all over the place, the models will kind of just blend in or disappear in all the other colors. So there is a little bit of thought behind this randomness, I guess. I do have some thoughts in my head. I'm not completely devoid of intelligence, hopefully. Those are like famous last words. I will probably do something very, very stupid really soon. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is looking good. This part might just be a little bit darker than the others. That's fine. Let's just keep brushing. Now, one thing that I'm kind of not anxious, but the ground, it is very bright, and I don't remember my recipe for how I do the dirt. So that is going to be very exciting to see how it turns out. I got like a basic concept of what I'm going to do, but I'm not sure. I'm not very confident, but it's just the ground, so it's easy to do over, and I will cover it in leaves and all kinds of vegetation anyway. Okay, that is no. I'm lying once again. There's some ads rolling. I don't know how to control the ads. I'm sorry, guys. I will try to improve it later, but at the moment I don't know how to control the ads. Now, I am shitty thing. Oh. Let's go back here, get the outhouse. Oh no. Yeah, I just used the standard setting for Twitch because I didn't really understand what the difference was. Just dry brushing the stones of the outhouse real quick. Jelly Moon is missing out on his own outhouse content. Now, I said I was done. That is not entirely correct. It is indeed incorrect. I don't have any pictures right now because, well, there is on my Instagram, there is a lot of like work in progress pictures, and there are a lot of videos on demand showing the entire process. And I will be uploading all of those to YouTube as well eventually, so people can, if they want to, they can go back and watch the entire build. Because I have actually been recording everything I've done so far. Oh, a bit bright once again. Let me. Oh, the cutting mat is not so exciting to see. The channel on YouTube, it's Mordheim for my main channel, which has absolutely no videos on it at the moment. And my VOD deposit is Mordheim Streams. And I am Mordheim on Instagram, and I'm Mordheim on Reddit. So kind of Mordheim all over. Trying to pick out some of the stones on the table as well, because I have a tendency to kind of forget about them. It's no problem. I can just go back and kind of, yeah. I think I want to do the buildings first actually, and I can go back and I can do everything on the table after I'm done with painting the riverbed and stuff. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep on doing the buildings. I think that is more interesting. And we are at the wood stage of the buildings. So it's just raw sienna, and I don't mix it. Just use it pure raw sienna. Yeah. So if you like this kind of stuff, Osaft Malte, I'm probably butchering your name, so apologies. If you like this kind of stuff, you can consider following on Twitch. I go live at least twice a week. I don't have a set schedule yet, which I have to apologize for. I really should do that. But I will get a set schedule going forward. And I do everything like from the very beginning until the last stage. And so far, I think I have shown pretty much 99% of all everything I've built for this table. So that includes some boring bits. Not everything is very exciting. Like at least in my eyes, some of it is kind of repetitive. But it's if you want to learn how to do this, I think it's a kind of a great way, because you can see every step, and you can see where I fail and how to kind of adapt to failure and all that kind of stuff. And let's keep on applying some. This is raw sienna over the primed raw umber, and as you can see, it doesn't take a lot, but it makes the wood look so much more alive. And when you have the raw sienna, it kind of has this yellow in it, I think. I don't know the color theory too well, but the way raw sienna mixes with the dark umber or raw umber, yeah, it makes it kind of get this almost greenish tint, which I really enjoy, because it makes the wood look kind of gross and a bit rotten, I guess. I just really like the colors. I really love it. Okay, what is the diorama piece? Pointless? I would love to see it. There is nothing that gets me pumped more than watching other people's projects. I'm trying to kind of curate my Instagram to so that I get like inspiration for what I want to see. So it's kind of hard because there are a lot of really good 40K painters and stuff, but if I watch too much 40K stuff, my entire feed is just 40K, and I do prefer like dark fantasy is what I kind of want to watch at the moment. But I have finally been able to escape all the booby ladies from the algorithm, which is quite an accomplishment in my eyes. They are very intrusive. And it is of course very enticing content. You kind of want to click it or stop and watch it, but through sheer willpower, I have managed to escape all of the Instagram models. It is my proudest accomplishment in life. No. I just put my fingers in paint. This is where the intelligence comment comes back to haunt me. Oh well. Let's keep trying. Oh yeah, you don't have Insta, and you only have, okay. Yeah, that makes it kind of hard. You could make like a Reddit account or something. Reddit is a really nice place for posting terrain stuff. It's a very nice community on Reddit, and you don't drown in everything else like you might do on kind of Instagram and stuff. So that is if you want to get advice and comments and stuff, Reddit is very good for that. The terrain building community is very nice, in my experience. Yeah. Yeah, and I know, at least in the beginning, it's kind of, if not scary, it's kind of like daunting, I guess, to post your stuff online, because it kind of makes you feel exposed, and you're kind of worried that people will think it's just a piece of garbage, etc. At least that is what I went through when posting stuff in the beginning. But people in those communities are usually very helpful and kind and interested in watching just terrain being built. They tend to be more friendly and not as critical and stuff, which I think is nice. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would really like to see what you're working on. It was some Rohan kind of stuff, wasn't it? Pointless, if I remember correctly. Now, I'm painting the stairs or the steps here, and it's made out of coffee stir sticks, so it doesn't have quite as much texture as the balsa wood. So it doesn't take to it as much. So I just use a little bit more paint to get more color on it. Yeah, it looks fine. It's the same wood and stone. You don't have to have the exact same color all over because it is naturally uneven. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit different here and there, but you kind of want to try to keep it at least somewhat coherent, cohesive. Now I'm getting into the timbers on the inside. They are important to pick out. It will really pop out against the black shingles. So it's nice to get some color on it. Let me check that out real quick. The honed hobbyist, okay, yeah. Well, now you got a new subscriber as well. Video 1, okay. Is this playing? Oh, it's okay. All right, you got some buildings here. Are these just photos that you have taken? Lovely pictures or photos. I really like the ones, the kind of library. Yeah, I will have to check that out. That looks really good, man. I do enjoy it. Well, I'm not just interested in Warhammer and hobby stuff. I can enjoy pretty much everything. I do like photography. I do not get the trick of it. I'm terrible at taking photos, not very good with cameras. It is something that I want and have to get better at. But at the moment I'm a bit perplexed. Sometimes I feel like I have everything set up for success and it's just doesn't look the way I want it to. I know I'm not alone. I see people post terrible pictures online all the time, but some people they take beautiful pictures of their dioramas and all their miniatures and all that kind of stuff. But well, yes, one day it's probably like a lot of stuff. It's when you first get the hang of it, it's not that hard. But at the moment, I'm kind of stumbling around in the dark with regards to photography, at least. Yeah, just trying to. It's not getting on the inside and dry brushing. It's kind of impossible at times. So I just try to get a little bit of paint in there, and should be fine. And like so. That is, geez, I'm going to break this thing. I've said it over and over again, but I really am. That is the wood done on that building. And I think we just have one more to go. We should be fine. Trying to pick out a little bit of wood on that's sticking out here, but it's a very messy kind of hole with a lot of gravel and stuff. So I don't have to have really good highlights on the wood, but I want to get the wood on top here to be nice, like so. Had some excess paint on the brush. Why not highlight up the mooring a little bit extra? There we go. And here is you go exploring adventuring. Yeah, that is very nice. I am not only bad at taking pictures, but I'm very bad at actually just like picking up the camera and capture what is going on around me. I have been for like, I went to Brazil, kind of backpacking around Brazil for 2 weeks, and I think there's one photo of me being in Brazil. That is all I capture, which is I guess I like to be in the moment, and I think that I remember most of it, but it is very nice to have something to look back and kind of remember, and yeah. It's just not, it doesn't occur to me. It's not like a natural part of me to grab the camera or the phone and take pictures. It simply isn't. I'm not sure why. No, I am totally dependent on having someone with me to take the photos. If not, I have no proof of ever having set foot in any place abroad. Just trying to hit all the wooden details here. As always, when dry brushing like planks and stuff, you always kind of go not against the grain, but kind of across it, I guess. You don't follow the grain, you go this way, like the grain would go this way, and to kind of accentuate it, you use the brush the other way. That way it picks up all the wooden texture, which is what you want. And I think it is a lovely, lovely wood color, if I do say so myself. Yes, this is going to, hopefully by the end of the day, this board should be kind of transformed into a cohesive piece of wood, stone, clay, bricks, and plants and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully. I'm not setting any records for like speedy painting or speedy building. I will kind of try to speed it up as best I can, but I don't want to ruin anything because of my impatience. it will not be worth it. Got some more wood down here that we need to dry brush, make it stand out against all the gray. I'm not sure if it's realistic to have like wooden stuff on the walls, the stone walls, but it kind of breaks up the monotony of all the bricks. That is why I did it. I want to make the piece kind of interesting to look at visually, and also it makes it very stable, easy to put the models down when you have flat wooden surfaces. That is kind of an added bonus, I guess. Trying to remember to dry brush the planks on the underside as well. Okay, enjoy your eggs. And thank you for watching along Pointless. I appreciate it as always. And if anyone is watching and they have any questions or comments, just feel free to drop a line in the chat. And I will do my best to answer or explain any of the techniques that I'm using. They are all very easy. They are all very easy to do. So you can most likely do them at home as well, if not better than what I'm doing. You should have no illusions about my skill level. I am not a master by any stretch of the imagination. These are all easy techniques, and pretty much everyone can do them. You just need some basic paints and some brush and some easy materials, and you don't even need imagination. You can find lots of things to inspire you online and base it on that, or yeah, it's really pretty easy to get going. And if we have anyone watching who are not currently following me on Twitch, please consider doing so. You will be updated every time I go online, which is usually 2 times a week at least. I just need to refresh myself with some terrible energy drink. I've been drinking them too much lately, but today coffee wasn't doing it for some reason. I had to get some more caffeine in quickly. Let's see. I want to do a last highlight of the wood. And for the wood, I will be using the exact same mix as I did. It's this one creamy mix. It's raw sienna and titanium white. It's about a 50-50 mix to make this cream color. And I use it to highlight the stone, and I will also be using it to highlight the wood. So let's see how that works. It should be fine. I have done it many times before. So it should be nice and easy. I already have it on my palette, and it kind of makes everything blend together. I will pick up the outhouse because I know it's completely dried. And with this lighter highlight, I try to go over the wood a bit lighter on the dry brush. You can control the effect by the pressure of the brush. Now this is kind of almost like a feathery touch at the moment. If you push it down harder, more paint will be left on the wood, but I kind of just tickling and teasing out the wood at the moment. And as you can see, it's already kind of picking out some more of the wood details, making it brighter, kind of making everything look a bit more like wood. Very lovely. Oh, hello, my sword and the word of the Lord. Hey, Jelly Moon, you missed the first hour. Hope you're doing well, buddy. You're just in time to see your throne being highlighted. Just teasing out some wooden details here. Now, some places I dropped a little bit more paint. That is completely fine. That is kind of what wood looks like. It doesn't have to be uniform, which I am very grateful for, because I am not very good at doing uniform stuff, I guess. Trying to pick out most of the wood. If something is left or is a bit darker, no biggie. No biggie at all. You beat yourself every morning. Oh, that is great to know. It's one of those streams, one of those highly erotic streams today. Awesome. Just what I was hoping for. It's the sexy Saturday streams with Jelly Moon and Mordheim. I would put on the romantic saxophone music, but for some reason I have disabled the sound. I'm not sure how to fix it. It is the legs. Okay, check this out, Jelly. Check this out. Oh, you found the legs. Yes, they are. I have made some a leg emoji, so you can finally emote the legs, and it's. I did not hide it behind the paywall, so even the pleb followers can use it, not just the high-rolling subscribers, of which I have 0 at the moment. And I was Jesus, I can't talk. I was highlighting the wood, but I see that I forgot to highlight the stone, and it's the same mix. So hey presto, it's already done. See, that is one of the advantages of using the same paint to highlight different kind of stuff. And it's not like the stone and the wood looks exactly the same, but they kind of look like they belong in the same place. So I am happy with that. Outhouse wood is done. And let's, yeah, I did a little bit of leg teasing when we were just a couple of people in the chat. I'm not doing it with 8 viewers. I'm not showing legs with 8 viewers. I will need some bits before I show these legs again. Now we're just the second highlight, the brighter highlight, is a lot quicker than the first one, because you kind of just want to make it a little bit brighter here and there. You don't need to kind of dry brush everything up to look like wood. So just like so, we are, okay, I will just press it a bit harder to get some extra lightness in some of the wood there. It's really quick and easy, this step. Yeah, Hobby Bandit might never have seen the legs. My CGI legs, are they real, are they not? Who knows? It's been a point of contention for many years. Now let's get this piece, this wood, highlighted up. Come on, I wasn't taking as much on this one. No, that's at some point people had only seen my torso, so there was some speculation that I didn't have legs, and then after many tense live streams, I showed my legs by accident, and Jellymoon and Pointless have been going wild for legs ever since. That is the entire story, to my knowledge. It is still a better love story than Twilight. I think we can all agree. And today I'm actually wearing my like sweatpants. So today I really don't want to show off my slackerness. I know how important it is to look nice on stream. You have to look professional when you are painting hobby stuff. I think we are getting close to having this piece done as well. I need to get some more paper towels. I always get really stingy for some reason with the paper towels, so I try to use them for as long as possible. It's might be one of the cheaper materials I use. Oh. Let's keep brushing, not with or against the grain, but kind of like, yeah, I don't know how to explain that. But it kind of makes sense that you paint with the texture, nor against the texture, of course. Trying to smush it around inside here, hope for some texture. It should work out. If you ever highlight up too bright, it's very easy to go back with a wash and kind of just dump it all over and even it out. I kind of want some extra wood. Oh, it's this. Want the wood to kind of pop out here, and same on this side. But yeah, that should be fine for the guardhouse. Now we have the last big piece. Yeah, take care, Hobby. So see you later. Enjoy your day. I want some extra wood, yes. I just repeat what the wife tells me every single day. Of course, I'm kind of like a parrot. I just repeat what is said to me. That is also why I keep insulting my own intelligence. I'm so used to it from home. So. She just wants me for my body, not my brains. Yeah, see you, Javi. Take care. And now we are highlighting the wood on the final building piece, and then we will be highlighting the boat. I kind of forgot about the boat, but I will put it under the buildings category. So we will be highlighting up the boat as well, which is pretty much all wood. So it should make a pretty good difference. No, she loves my legs. She loves my legs. My body is all she wants, not my brain. No, yeah, I think that might be a bit chaotic and maybe hard to follow. But yeah, I want to do some co-streams in the future with at the moment I can't even get my jazz music to work, so I'm not sure how I will do that. But at the moment I'm in this kind of like, I won't call it a rut, but real life can be kind of busy. So when I do have time, I don't want to spend it on doing technical stuff. I want to use it to kind of keep on creating and painting. But I should sit down and actually take a look and get some of the technical stuff down. And I want to change. I'm using OBS at the moment, and I'm going to switch to Streamlabs. I think it's it will make stuff easier, and it should make things more enjoyable for you, the viewers. So I can only apologize so far. I'm going to improve. I can promise you that, but I think I will have to do it step by step. Just getting gradually better. Hopefully the voice is better today. If there is any background noise, please let me know. I do have a new lav mic by Røde, so hopefully the audio quality should be cleaner than it used to be. Hopefully. I didn't test it beforehand. I kind of just plugged it in and I started the stream. When I start, time just flies. Everything takes so much time, in my opinion. I just want to paint and build, man. Just want to paint and build. Well, I will be leaving the stream in about 2 hours, so that is perfect timing if you want to look at it that way. And why did you say yes? Hopefully you will get paid, so you will have some extra income to buy some materials for your terrain building, or yeah. But I know the feeling. I used to take like weekend shifts at my old job, and it always seemed like a good idea ahead of time. But when Saturday finally rolls around, you just sit there like, why did I say yes to this? I really wanted to have like a weekend. So I can relate 100% to what you're going through at the moment. One of the Saturdays I did like a double shift, so I was at work for like 12 or 14 hours or something. It was absolutely insane, and I regretted it immediately, and I never did that again. I learned my lesson to not do like a double shift. 14 hours or whatever it was a bit of a nightmare. I was working at like this, not a retirement home, but like a caregiver's home for elderly people. So that was a really, really long day. Started at 7 in the morning, and I was done at I think 10 in the evening. So I had like a 1 or 1.5 hour between the shifts, so I could just get something to eat and stuff. That was a long day, a long day. And never did I do that again. It was too much. It wasn't worth it. And then I had work the next day as well. It was a long and horrible weekend. Yeah, I know the feeling, but hopefully you should, if you do some extra shifts, and you can kind of set aside the exact amount of money you make, and you can kind of just like splurge on something. Just dedicate the money like as a kind of like fuck you money that you kind of spend on whatever you want. It kind of makes it worth the while a bit more, I guess. I'm not sure if it's the most healthy thing to do, but why not? You don't have to be 100% all the time. People need to allow themselves to have faults and stuff, at least in my opinion. You can't always be on top. So I'm a master at excuses, by the way. So if you ever need excuses for anything, just ask me, and I will come up with an excuse for you on the spot. But I don't have time to go through life feeling bad for everything I do wrong. That will take too much time and energy. And when I feel down, I can just look at this boat and see that it's becoming a beautiful piece of crap. It was a piece of crap, and now it's a beautiful piece of crap. The wood is turning out really nicely. So I think the wood mix is kind of, I have that down now. It's very easy. It's 50-50 brown and white for the highlights. Now, why am I highlighting underneath the planks? I don't know. I really don't have to, because it's impossible to see. Oh, hey, Dismantled. Good morning to you. I tried out a new monster this morning, Dismantled. It's a pipeline punch. It's very, very tasty. and I am feeling energized now. I'm no longer tired. I'm feeling a lot better. I woke up with a headache. I think it's because of the weather. I'm very affected by the air pressure or whatever it's called. So if it's shifting from like dry to kind of hot and moist or wet weather, I will give it a 9 out of 10. So when the weather is changing, I always get like terrible headaches. And I woke up today with a headache and I was really sleepy, but I got a coffee in me and some food and some Monster Energy, and now I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling great, actually. Feeling so much better. It is all turning out to be a great, great day. Which is what more can you ask for? I have already been to the store. My first trip to the store out of 5, probably. You know me, I love going to the store. It's my favorite activity. They even comment on it at the store, that I am there all the time. These are really amazing stories from the personal life of Mordheim. Very tantalizing stories. So my apologies for the mundaneness. Yes. Yeah. I will let you know when I am heading home, of course. Now I think the boat is starting to look done so. Just adding a little bit more brightness to the roof. Oh, that was maybe too bright. Oh. And here we go. Yeah, that is looking mighty fine. And because I haven't dry brushed all the wood in the previous step, it kind of gets these kind of really nice gradients and color differentiations, which is you don't have to even try it. It will happen naturally when you are just dry brushing like loosely and sporadically all over the place. I think that looks good. I will I might do a final step with some really light wood coloring, but I'm not sure yet. I will stain it with some washes, I can tell you that much. Yes, let's take a look at the board, but it's kind of all clumped together now. Let's get all the pieces in place. We got the big gate guardhouse there. Got the other wall like so. Got the destroyed wall, and let's put the shit house back where it belongs, at the back side here. And here we go. Oh, we even got some paint on it. And we need the bridge. Of course, we do need the bridge. Get it slotted into place, like so. And we have the boat placed there. So, yeah, I think it's shaping out nicely. It's turning out better than I expected. This is tile 3 out of 4. So being close to finishing the entire board, which is very lovely. Lovely indeed. Now let's, we don't have time to be meddling around. I want to finish the buildings, and to finish the buildings I have 2 more steps, and those are yes, it is. I will continue to churn out stuff. That is no doubt. But with tile 4, I will have like my first real milestone, and that is my first complete board. Well, I can say that the first tile was actually a real milestone in itself, in my eyes. It was a great experience for me, but having an actual completed board will be huge for me. I will dry brush up the mooring a bit so I don't forget it. I want to do all the buildings, and then I will do the rest of the board in one go in itself. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot of time or a lot of passings of the brushes. It kind of just makes it pop. It still baffles me that this is the first board you built. Well, yeah, it kind of baffles me. I never expected the results to be this good, if I may allow myself that. But it's kind of a testament to not as much my abilities, but how easy the techniques are. Really easy to do. You just kind of have to trust the process, and if you pick the right colors and stuff, it's not difficult. But I am actually very proud. I can tell you that much. I am actually very proud of what I have made. I didn't expect to ever get this far. I give up before I get this far usually. Yeah, and yeah, it is kind of like a microcosm of what a town would be, which isn't as realistic, but it is a lot more fun for me at least, to be able to make everything I want to, and try to make it fit into like one small, like a compressed version of a town, I guess. So thank you so much for all the compliments. They matter a lot to me. They really do. Even though I'm not the best at accepting compliments, because well, I'm not used to it, I guess. Yeah, it does. And what I'm not proud of, I just hide. It's why you don't want to showcase. It's kind of like a human in that way, because everyone have like strengths and weaknesses, and you don't want to highlight your weaknesses. You want to kind of try to mask them a little bit, and or if you don't hide your weaknesses, at least try to highlight your strengths, I guess. That's at least my advice of how to do it. Now let's see, I have to get my bearings. Yeah, we are painting the plaster first, and then I will do the tiles lastly. And I will do like the metal bits even more lastly. Which is how the English language is used. Now I'm going to use a smaller brush, but I'm going to use the same paint for this step. And that is the cream color that I have been using to highlight the wood and the stone, which is kind of builds on what I've been saying already, is kind of keeping the palette limited, which makes it really easy, because you don't need a lot of paint and you don't have to mix a lot of different stuff. You can just use the same paint over and over again. Now for this, I will water out the paint, because I will try to show you, and hopefully I will manage to do it. And this brush it's not a precise brush. I come to think of it, I have different brushes, but I will try this one first. And let's see, I have watered it out, which when you just dab it on carefully or like semi-sporadically, it kind of makes the brown shine through the translucent cream color, and it gives it this kind of moldy greenish hue. So I kind of just like to leave a little bit of it, and at the edges and stuff, you don't have to paint everything. You can kind of just leave it as some shadows and stuff. So for this step, I don't use it straight from the tube. I like to water it down. I didn't do this for the first tile. I learned it kind of on the second tile, and on this tile I kind of figured it out properly. So it doesn't have to be completely even. You kind of want to have some of it shine through. It's something I have learned from watching really good miniature painters. When they paint, they don't always, it's not always as much as where you paint, but where you kind of don't paint, where you leave some of the previous step behind, and you kind of let that the translucentness of the paint kind of work for you. I'm not able to use that as much all the time, but I think I've kind of been able to use it for the plaster walls. It doesn't look good at the moment, and that is kind of the point. It's supposed to look a bit crap, because it's not a... oh, that was a bit too much paint on the brush. But it's wet enough so you can kind of just pick it up and dab it where you want it to rest. And if there are some mistakes here and there, it won't matter. People, they don't look at the buildings like every single detail. They kind of look at it as a whole, I guess. And that goes double for the entire board. You know, it's not one building that makes the board. It's kind of the composition of all the pieces that makes up the board. So everything doesn't have to be spectacular or perfect. Just get it done and get it all together, and it should turn out fine. And there are probably quicker ways to do this. If you have an airbrush, it will speed it up. But this is kind of can consider it a guide for people that don't have all the tools. I think pretty much all of the tools, except for maybe the Proxon wire cutter, is something that is easily accessible to everyone. Okay, you can. I really love putting down the base coat of the plaster, because it kind of transforms the entire building. The contrast with the stone and the wood and the plaster is really nice, in my opinion. It's kind of hard to. I will try to show you the palette. It doesn't really. No, that is too bright. It doesn't really show, but it's quite runny. But it's not a wash. But it is. I can see if we can't. It's somewhere between a wash and like a thin coat that you would paint miniatures with. But it is not quite a wash. It is a bit more paint in it than a wash would have. But you really want to use like the beauty of the acrylic paints is that you can water them down and get this thin mix. The Liquitex paints I'm very happy with. They do have some nice pigmentation, so they work well with when you mix them with water. They're not very chalky, and yeah. Like overall, I'm very happy with the Liquitex paints. Yeah, there's quite a bit of the brown, the dark brown shining through here, but that is, I am perfectly okay with that. Oh, shit. Painted some of the wood. I will have to go over that. I kind of smudged it all over the place. I tried a quick 911 rescue with my finger, and it did not work this time around. That's nothing to be too upset about. And here we go. It is. I can go back and try to add a little bit more. It was maybe a bit too dark. That's the beauty of painting like with some thinned out paints, is that you can just go back, you can add another layer, but if you use it too, if your layer is too thick, you can't then you have to do it all over again. And there we go. Just the paint is kind of thin, but I try not to get a lot of it in the cracks that is in the plaster. But it doesn't matter anyway. It will, because it is thin, so it should still look good, even if you get some of the paint in the cracks in the plaster. And you can always go back with a wash if you want to dirty it up. You can add like hues, you can make it more gray, you can make it a bit green, you can pretty much do whatever you want with the paint. I can't believe they are playing Easy Lover by Phil Collins down in the gym. What a banger. Easy Lover. I used to listen to that song all the time back in like 2008, I think. Which is not when the song was new at all. It's an 80s. I'm not going to say it's a classic. I don't think it's a really big hit, but I always enjoyed some Phil Collins. He's a good egg in my book or experience. The insides are kind of hard to paint when you do buildings like this. You could, of course, build them in sub-assembly, which will make it for easier painting, but that requires a lot of organization, which I have repeated ad nauseum is not my strong suit. So I kind of just do it as I go, and the insides, if they are hard to paint, they will also be hard to see when you are playing, so it shouldn't really matter. Oh, no, I just my hand kind of slipped and I painted one of the bricks. Well, we will go back later and repair that. Shouldn't be a problem at all. I think I will just wash it with a brown or gray or some kind of wash, which should fix it up real quick and easy. Just trying to be as relaxed as possible when I do this. Don't stress out. It doesn't matter that much anyway. You can always go back. Trying to make the experience of making it enjoyable as well as getting some good results. Not letting one work on the expense of the other, so you can these insides will look really gross and moldy, and I'm very happy with that because I want gross and moldy insides in Mordheim, not in real life. There we go. The first one is the first layer is done, and I think it's looking pretty good. This one doesn't have as much plaster, so it should be quick. and this will take a little bit a little while to dry. So we will find something to do in the meantime. Maybe paint the shingles. I think the shingles should be next in line. And if we have anyone following that have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment in the chat. I do my best to answer them. If you have any questions about techniques or not color theory. Don't ask me questions about color theory, but just like terrain building ideas in general, anything like that, I am more than happy to try to answer to the best of my abilities, at least. The gym on the floor beneath me, they're just producing bangers today. Now we have White Snake with Here I Go Again, which is it has to be one of the best songs ever produced. I don't see any other way. What an amazing song. Okay, that was really quick. That was, oh no, this, I went too washed out on this one, so I will go back with a bit thicker paint. Now, I am very sloppy and I am kind of lazy, but sometimes stuff like that, I can't let that fly. I need to keep a certain level of quality. And here we go. Now this one is painted as well. Now the only one left is the outhouse. I'm sorry about the wobbly cam. It's hiding in the background. Here we go. This one is going to be a bit fiddly, but let's do our best. Oh, that looked wetter on the brush. I rescued it with just some water on the brush to kind of smush it out and keep painting it. Just water out while it's on the wall. And now we have to do some precision stuff, which is not easy with this brush. Let's just pushing some pigments around, and hopefully it will, yeah. It doesn't look neat or tidy or anything, but we got some paint in there, at least. Now, before we go and paint the shingles, I will just need a quick toilet break. So I will be right back, and you can enjoy some music in the meantime. So be right back. And we are back. Sorry about that, and thank you for waiting. Yes, I know how to produce the show now, so we absolutely no legs in sight. And let's see now. Yeah, I can see that I need to put a little bit more pigment and paint on both the outhouse and the small guardhouse. This one was, let's see, it's just too thin. It doesn't build up enough, and the next layer will really suffer if you don't have any base. I'll quickly go back and fix that, and we will do some shingles while we wait for that to dry. Let's go like so. Make sure we get all the sides. There we go. Should be fine, and we should be ready to do some shingling action. Let's get some shingles done. Shingles, they are really easy. They can be done in a wide array of ways, but me personally, I prefer just pure black. See if we can. I do add a little bit of water, but not too much is necessary. It is the water is not to it's just to make it easier to kind of move around, I guess. We don't have any big roofs, just so I will continue using the smaller brush, which will make it easier to not touch any of the wood and stuff. And I have painted the shingles. I added some of the Mod Podge mix, which does have quite a bit of texture in it. So there is some texture and some like sand and stuff, which really helps the shingles, because they are not just completely flat. They do have some texture to them here and there, which I think looks really good. And I do like the black against the wood and the plaster, because it's such a nice contrast, and it also really contrasts with the leaves that I put on. Let me see if I can. I'll show you on the guardhouse. Just really makes it pop when you have the dark shingles. So that is why I go with black. The first building I ever did, I used kind of like brown orange shingles, and they look decent enough, but I went over and tried black ones, and I just much prefer that because of the contrast and the way it looks with the leaf and everything. These steps are so satisfying to do. When all the boring work previously kind of pops and makes it worth it. This side doesn't have too many shingles, but I kind of like to have some differences, like some sides have a lot of shingles, but others have more wood, kind of to mix it up a little bit. I should make some buildings at least that don't have any roofs at all. I just really like putting roofs on the buildings, because it's one of my favorite kind of things with a building is how the roof is, the shingles and stuff. But if you have no roof, it kind of saves you a bit of time on making the roof, making the shingles, painting the shingles, and it gives you a lot more access into the building. But it doesn't look quite as cool. And that is one side done, and let's continue. It's quick and easy. This is a side with pretty much all shingles. Don't have to be careful here, just slap that paint on. And I will go over with I usually do two different highlights. One is like a gray highlight, and then I do the cream color one as just like a really light extra highlight. So it's kind of the same as I do for the stonework. It's still the same palette, still the same colors, everything like that. Keeping it simple, keeping it cheap, keeping it coherent or cohesive. I don't know which one of those is correct for this kind of stuff. Here we go. Let's get that standing there. I just remember that we have a crow or some kind of bird on top of the boat. I want to get him painted black, so he is ready for some more action later on. And now the last shingles we have to paint. No, not last. I'm making up. No, this is the last one. Sorry. I'm not. I lost a view of what I needed to do here. Luckily, this roof doesn't have too many shingles, so it's quick and easy. So very exciting to be close to finishing the board. And I have done pretty much all of it on stream. There's just a couple of things I haven't done on stream, which is the very beginning of the bridge and the guardhouse. But apart from that, I have done everything on stream, which has been a learning experience for me in many ways. It has been outside of my comfort zone, for sure. And it's forcing me to improve my English, for sure. And I have to learn some new stuff, and yep, it's all good. I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Now we have the shingles done, and I want to go back and do a second layer of paint on the plaster. So I want to still keep some of the cream that I have, the cream color that I have already blended, but I still have some raw sienna from doing the wood. So I want to kind of just add more white to the raw sienna to make it a brighter cream color, which is almost egg white, I guess. Don't ask me about color theory, please. And I'm sorry, this is really takes a bit of time to focus when it's so bright. Now, once again, I don't have the exact recipe, but if this, the cream color is about 50-50, even mix. And I think this one is 2/3 white and 1/3 raw sienna. If I was to give it like a guesstimate. Maybe we have to add a little bit more white, we'll just have to see, or we will add a final light plaster highlight. Let's just see how, oh, I got some black in it, whoops, whoopsie daisy. Can't have that. Try to separate them. It's a mess, it's messy. Let's see how this looks on when we get it on one of the buildings. And again, I am thinning it with water for this. Now let's. I'm a bit anxious to see what. That should be fine. I was anxious to see how much paint I had on the brush, but and the thickness. I think we managed this time, and I try to don't do brush strokes when doing this. I like kind of just dabbing it around. That way some of the, not all will be covered exactly the same, and more of the previous layer is shining through. So it kind of makes it more uneven, which is what I am going for in on the walls, on the plaster. I want it to look kind of moldy and dirty and stuff, and for me, this way works really well. I enjoy it a lot, and it's a very relaxing way of painting. Oh shit! What? Try to just apply it kind of haphazardly while still trying to cover most of what I painted earlier. I think this is turning out pretty good so far. Yeah, it is without a doubt brighter than the previous layer, but it's not screaming white. It still has this grungy, grimy feel to it. Some might prefer to look like this, but and I can see the argument to be made, but I enjoy it being a bit brighter because it makes the wood pop out and everything kind of. I want it to blend together, but not to just look like one blob of, just one blob, like the materials. I want them to look different. And when you have something bright like the plaster walls, the wood and the stone and everything, it kind of is more visible. I really like dabbing it because you have a lot of control of how much the paint kind of shows through compared to just slapping using it like a regular brush strokes is what I'm trying to say. The insides here, they didn't have as much coverage as outside, so the inside walls will be a bit darker. It's no biggie at all. This is under a roof anyway, so you can just say that you're doing some shadowing. It's important to have excuses when you don't make stuff the right way. If there is a right way to make this stuff, I don't know. Now I'm doing the insides, which are kinda hard to show and to get to. Hopefully it will be somewhat visible on cam. This isn't the most important part, because if it's not visible on cam and it's hard to get to, it most likely won't be as visible on the playing board either. But I still want to add a little bit of paint on the inside so it's not just completely dark. And sometimes if something is hard to get to, different angles might help. So I will turn around this piece to ease the access a little bit. This is more of an advice to myself than to the viewers, because it's I spent really a long time getting into nooks and crannies, and if I had simply turned the piece around, I could easily access it. So I will make a mental note to myself for future me. Now this is, at least in my eyes, it's turning out really, really nice. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a crumbly, nasty, moldy, kind of ruined building. And the sporadic kind of pitter-patter brush thing really works in your favor when you are trying to do that. And so we will go back with a final bright layer for the plaster as well. Let's do the outhouse. Jelly Moon's throne. The brush is splitting up way too much. It's kind of hard to dab in this confined sort of space. Hopefully it should turn out nicely, even though there are some hard to reach places here. Yeah. It's probably not going to be a masterpiece, but it's getting some plaster paint on it at least. Yeah. On one side here, I'll just add a bit more paint. Yeah. I will have to redo some of the woodwork on the outhouse to get it to the right color again. But that should be an easy fix. Now we have some more plaster on the guardhouse here. And we are closing in on all the plaster being done, which is nice. Gives it a bit more brightness to the buildings. And I think it is shaping up real nice. Looking lovely and disgusting at the same time, which I kind of want this place to look like a sort of like sad and haunted, eerie place, but I still want there to be some beauty to it, if that makes sense. Like maybe it used to be a really nice place, but now it has been destroyed, and it's a sad and dangerous and lonely and a dead place. But I want the mind to kind of imagine how it might have looked when it wasn't all messed up. Now we have all the plaster done. Shingles are still drying, so I guess it is time to do the last plaster, the final highlight of the plaster, which even if the plaster paint isn't completely dried out, it doesn't matter, because I can kind of just blend it on the spot. Hopefully. Famous last words, I guess. Maybe it turns out I can't do that, but we will give it a shot. I'm adding, well, I think this mix is 1/4 raw sienna and 3/4 titanium white. I don't want to go pure white. That will look really out of place. Now let's try out a little bit on the plaster before I decide if I'm going even further. Now, I think we need to go even more white. Or no. I can. No, this is fine. This is fine. I don't want to go brighter than this. This is going to be more than enough. Should be nice and bright some places, but not all over the place, because I have painted it sporadically and with some thin paints, so not everything is covered equally. So some of the parts will be a bit brighter, and that is very fine, completely fine. That is that was the plan all along. Now it is very bright at the moment. Should become a little bit darker when it dries, I think. Let's keep on. I use the same technique. I'm not doing brush strokes. I'm dabbing or tapping the brush, and the paint is still thinned with water. It's not a wash. It's far from a wash, but it's a bit thinner than you would normally paint on a miniature, in my experience. I don't want the paint to kind of be runny, but I don't want it to cover perfectly either. We are. And here we go. Inside, pretty much done on the top. Just need to do the first floor. And once again, it's not super important how tidy you are on the outside, and that goes kind of double for the inside, because it's not as visible. You still want there to be some paint, of course, because people will look inside, because you have to put minis and stuff inside. But, I'm not quite sure how to do the middle stuff, so I kind of dab a little bit of paint there. Well, I don't have all the answers. I have a lot of questions to myself when I do this. And just a little bit on this side, and we are done with the big building. Just have the small ones left. As you can see, the outside is nice and bright now. Thank you, Jelly Moon. I think it is shaping up rather nicely at the moment. Now we are adding a little bit more here. I'm not sure how visible the difference is when I do it on cam, because they kind of blend in together, but when they dry, and if you had like you could compare still images, you would see that it does make quite the difference. Here we go. It's now it's just the good old outhouse left, which is the most difficult to reach. Let's start with the easy side first. For once, let's get this done. Now we have it's kind of hard to get down into the gaps here. I don't want to spill too much onto the wood. Yeah. When I redo the wood, it's going to look nice. Now it kind of looks like it's blending into each other, but yeah, just repainting the wood. I want the big emblem. I think it's going to be rust, because I've done a lot of rust other places. And so that is pretty much it for all the plaster. Now I can see that the paint on the shingles is still not completely dried. So maybe we will do some. Maybe I can do some of the rust stuff, the rust effects, while we wait for that to dry up. Or I see that I have like there's a skeleton here. Let me get my. You want gold on your. All right, I will. See if I can oblige your demands. You want a gold Shitmar sign? The hinges will be rusty though, I can tell you that much. But I do not have gold paint here at the moment. So we will have to do that later then. We will have to do it later. But there should be some rust. The fish should be rust colored. Just leaning back to find my typhus corrosion. Typhus corrosion is by Games Workshop, and it's kind of this nice brown color with some texture in it. So I'm adding it to the hinges here. And I can see that I did make a handle. At some point it has fallen off. So I'll have to make a new handle for the outhouse. It's a terrible, terrible thing to have happened. Now I am painting the fish, and I'm also adding the shield in the same metal. So everything here is metal. I'm doing that for ease of everything. Maybe laziness is the more honest answer, but there you go. It already has quite a bit of texture, so it wouldn't look like wood anyway. And now everything will kind of blend in together. Now we have the metal. There isn't a lot of metal on this stuff, but what we have should be painted up. There is also a fish on the prow of this ship, so let's get that, give it the treatment as well. And now, while we still wait for the shingles to dry, there is a skeleton of a horse down here in the mud. Let's see if we can't. There it is. Let's see if we can paint it. And I will go in with I don't have any raw sienna. Let's see. I will start with the cream. The first cream, the one that I have used for all the stonework and the wood and stuff. Why did I choose the small dry brush? Oh well, let's forget about my mistakes and just keep on working. It's very easy to dry brush skeletons. I'm going over it with a just light cream dry brush, and I'm barely touching the skeleton with the brush. A very light dry brush, easy and controlled, tickling the paint onto it. Trying to keep it from being too chalky. Let's see if we can't just add a little bit of, oh, that was not just water, I got some pigmentation as well. If you have a little bit of moisture on your dry brush, it won't be as chalky. It doesn't matter that much for a skeleton in a riverbed, but if you're doing something else that you want to look good, it might be an idea to keep it a little moist. And ironically, as it's called, the dry brushing, but it will make it much nicer looking. Now for the next layer here, I went up to the plaster, lighter cream color. And still doing a very light touch to it. Just trying to slowly build up some color. While dry brushing. This isn't going to win a golden demon. Let's be honest. It's still nice to kind of just give it a little attention. We are waiting for the paint to dry anyway, so. I don't think we need to go any brighter than this. I can simply go over it more times with the light cream color. And I think that should do it. That is bright enough. I need to clean my dry brush. I don't want it to be destroyed. Let's zoom out. Now we have a horsey, a dead horse in the riverbed. Just some nice detailing. And shingles are still not dry. Let's see if I can dream up anything else we can do. I'm very happy so far. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the house, no, the boat, I want it to kind of stick out. So I'm going over it with a careful dry brushing. Just loaded some onto the brush. Let's be very gentle with this step, because it's easy when you're doing light colors. It can easily become too much. I want to kind of build up a little bit light, some extra highlights on the boat to make the wood pop a little bit more than it does on the buildings, if that makes sense. I wanted to stand out a little bit as it's in the middle of the riverbed. And I'm not sure if I'm exactly nailing this part, but it is getting some extra highlights here and there. They do kind of pop out. Yeah. Here we go. maybe not. I'm not sure how much it actually helps, but it does give it some places a bit more of a highlight here and there. I'm not counting that as a big success, but it is something. So hopefully it adds a little bit. I have to clean off this dry brush as well. It's very easy to get the bristles too stiff if you leave paint in them, and it will ruin the brush, which I don't want to do. Now let's see, the shingles should be dried now. This palette is starting to run out of place for mixing stuff, so I think I'm picking up like a different container to do the gray. And gray is of course just black and white paint mixed. And you can of course have a pure gray separate, but it's so simple to mix anyway. Need a new stirring stick. Let's watch this transformation. Magic. Black and white equals gray. I think that is a lovely, lovely gray color. I like it a lot. Now I'm getting my most battered brush, my most trusted brush ready to do some dry brushing. This guy has seen a lot of action. It used to be a large dry brush from Citadel, and it has seen its fair share of abuse. I haven't used it as much as I have abused it. Now it's I'm kind of hemmed in by all of my bullshit here. This is dry brushing. It's very basic. You dry it off on a paper towel, and then we apply it to the roof. Now let's see what we're starting with. I think we can start with this one. Oh. And we do it from top to bottom, so it kind of hits the lower part of the shingles, so it builds up color at the bottom, which is where you kind of want the highlights to be. Not a lot of shingles on this one, so that was an easy step. You can already see with the brighter gray, it kind of picks out all the details and gives the shingles some more depth. So it's already looking a lot better than just black, in my opinion. And we will go over it with the cream color after this step, and it should kind of finish it. Here we go. These are the last shingles we have to do. I'm thinking about cutting the stream in about 30 minutes, and I will hopefully be back later, because I want to get some more work done on the riverbed and stuff. There is such an immediate effect when you do this. It's very satisfying. Instant results, in my opinion, with the shingles, dry brushing the shingles. Going back over here. Try not to hit too much of the wood, but even if the wood gets some gray on it, it shouldn't really matter. It will kind of just look like some coloration. There we go. All the shingles have had their first highlight. And let's go over it. Let's go over the shingles with my patented way of doing it, and that is with the cream color. It's the same that I used on the stone, same that I used on the wood. And this layer, or this highlight, will be a really like a feather light, or just not as trying to not do it as hard as the other ones. I don't want it to look, I don't want the bricks to, the shingles to look yellow. Just want to give them some kind of a bright highlight on the edges, which makes them pop out a little bit more, and it gives them some more color variation, which in my opinion makes them more interesting to look at. Here we go. Got the shingles on the guard of the big guard gate all done. Going over the porta potty, the outhouse. Like so. Looking really good. What an outhouse, what an outhouse. One left here. Oh, that was a bit too bright. All right, doesn't matter. I made it worse. Such an idiot. Oh well, oh well. Same from the top to the bottom, trying to pick out the lower parts of the shingles. Like so. You can even dry brush the wood up a little bit more if we want to. It is the same mix after all. Some of the stones here are kind of a bit dark. Just wow. Thank you, Jelly Moon. I think it is shaping up nicely. I've said that many times, but now later I will be adding some posters and some plants and stuff, which is very exciting, at least in my eyes. Yep. I think that does it for the shingles. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that people will be happy. I'm not sure how this is going to actually work as a gaming table. Hopefully it will have some good playability. But in any case, I think it looks good. So. Now I found a spot where I forgot to put some black paint, no, some wooden paint. Come on. I'm going back to hide it on the inside of the wood. There is a spot that I didn't get to. I'm putting some dark brown paint. It's not the exact same that I use for, it's not raw umber, but it's pretty damn close. I'm just going to darken it with some of the gray and put it on the inside here. It's not a complete fix, but it makes it look a little bit better, to kind of not have those, see the actual wood sticking out. And now it's more or less gone from view, which is good. Now I will go over the pieces once again with some kind of thinned out mix of brown and gray to eradicate any and all signs of the pink foam, which is my worst enemy. Oh, this side has so much glue strings on it. Kind of embarrassing, but oh well. I will have to be more careful with that in the future. Okay, so this side is kind of all right, and here we have yep, here we go. Oh, your outhouse looks like a mess and you will need to clean it up. Now before I end the stream, I want to add some washes because they will take a long time to dry. So I want to add some washes to the actual board, so it can dry until my next session, which might be later tonight actually, because I'm too excited. I can't. I just want to build and paint. It doesn't pick up on cam that well, but there are some ugly gaps with pink foam in it. Trying to eradicate that to the best of my ability, using some washed out, no, not washed out, thinned out, watered out paint. And let's see if we can't get it all done. It's so annoying. There's always popping up some new stuff that I haven't seen. So and hopefully that does it. No, there are some stuff on the steps here. And previously I mentioned that I painted one of the bricks by accident, so I will show you which one, and let's it is the bottom one. So with some thinned out brown and brown and gray paint. Just like that, it's fixed. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. And here we go. Let's put that off. Just losing or dropping stuff. It's, now, pretty much the buildings are more or less done. They don't have any like foliage or anything, but paint-wise they are done. Now, I will be leaving in like 20 minutes, so I will be washing at least the sand and all the stuff, all the dirt I want to have washed in a dark brown black wash, because it's I think that's what I did originally. I can't quite remember how I did it, which is a bit of a problem, but I think we can work through it. I'm removing all of the buildings. The next stream will primarily focus on painting the board. And oh, we forgot to. I haven't washed the gray on the bottom floor here, so I will have to do that as well. Where the hell do I put this? Yeah, it really does. It's super easy and but yet highly effective. So I'm very happy with that. Now I will have to move the table a little bit to actually be able to show you what I'm doing without having to extend myself constantly. Let's pull it closer, like so. And here we go. I'm not sure where to put my palette. Just putting it to one side, I guess. Now, this brown, it is a bit too red and too bright. So I want to wash it to kind of darken it, and then I will highlight it up later on. So I'm getting a big brush out, and I'm going to mix this is burnt umber, it's not raw umber. I need to get raw umber in tube if they have it. So, but this is it's another brown. It's but it's lighter than the raw the raw umber. And I'm mixing in a tiny bit of black. I think should be nice for this. Not much, just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Very precise, as always. Yes, my cat has of course been in here and been so kind to leave a present behind. Now let's get this kind of mixed up. So let's see. Yeah, so it's a dark brown at the moment with a little bit of gray in it because I didn't wash my brushes. That's totally fine. Going to add some water. Yes, we need some small happy accidents. Let's maybe a little bit more water. I will have to refill all my water stuff for the stream later. Anyway, oh, spilling all over the place. No, the mix is a bit, yeah, it's a dark grayish brown at the moment. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same as I've used for the other tiles, but here goes nothing. Let's see if now it's going to look a lot darker at first, and then it will kind of seep into the brownish sand, and it will even out. But I do like having some of the warmth from the reddish brown still in the mix. I have really enjoyed it on the other tiles. So there is something to it in my eyes. At the moment it looks kind of ugly, but a lot of my stuff looks ugly until it doesn't anymore. And once again, we have to kind of trust the process, I guess. Let's see how this turns out. I have no idea how I painted it earlier. It's so frustrating. I wish I had written it down or taken pictures or something. It's so long since I've done it. like so. Oh. I think it is kind of staining it nicely. I think I might add a little bit to the cobblestones as well. Kind of darken it up and get into the cracks. Now I will have to see how this all dries up later today. And I'm thinking, I kind of like the gray colors, and I think it might be good for the base of the riverbed as well. Now, there is some sand on this is the corner that never is in shot. But I still have to kind of paint it. Yeah, I think the red in the cliffs around the riverbed, it does give it some color variation. And now I will go over with slapping it on the riverbed here as well. I'm not sure what color I want to use for the riverbed, but I'm thinking I want to do it like a light grayish brown color to kind of make it stand out from everything else on the board. So it's not... I'm a bit... I'm very curious to see how it turns out. I'm adding a bit more brown to the mix and some more water. So just I'm making this really wet for the riverbed. I'm simply mixing it with a brush. Well, thank you. I do like the color shift myself, but I still don't know quite how to make it, the next steps, the dry brushing. But it should turn out fine. Now this is really wet. It's a very wet and wet mix, so it should primarily get into the cracks and not stain the top as much. I want to give it some. Let's see if I can even show. I've pulled it too close. Oh. I'll push it out a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. It's not very exciting, but it's applying this kind of wash, and I'm applying it to pretty much all over the place. I will try not to hit the horse that I painted. He can still remain. Hopefully this will look good. Kind of want to bring everything together with this grayish brown, so that even the kind of the stones look a bit different in the riverbed than they did. Like everything has this kind of grayish brown hue that is not present in the town, but in the riverbed everything has been kind of stained by the mud or whatever. So it's a bit more cohesive, like the riverbed, it's its own place, I guess, and it has its own kind of coloration. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't, I don't know. I haven't done this before, so mostly we'll have to see how it works out. So you are a part of the experiment. Yeah, I think giving the stones here a bit different coloration, it has more a grayish, lighter grayish brown, which is kind of seeping. This is really messy. It's not very precise, but hopefully it will turn out as I want it. If not, well, who knows? I'll just throw everything in the trash, start over again. No, I would never do that. I am too lazy. I will probably try to fix it with some terrain mascara, as I like to call it. And we have the cliff here. I know it needs a little bit of shadow and some discoloration here and there. So I'm trying to add that with this mix. It should already have some nice discoloration. But hopefully this should turn out nice. Yeah, that would be kind of fun to make corresponding boards for like Necromunda and 40K moving along from this board. Now that's up. Now it's looking boring, I guess. No buildings, no nothing. But soon, my friends, this place will spring to life. It most certainly will. I will leave this to dry, and I will be back later, hopefully for some more painting and building action, well, mostly painting this time. I really want to get the riverbed painted to see how it looks. That is one of my main goals, and I want to add some shrubberies and some bushes and some plants and all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully I will be back later on today, maybe in let's see, it's 14. Yeah, in 4 or 5 hours hopefully I will be back for some more streaming action. So if you are still awake or still alive and want to watch, you are more than welcome back. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and thanks for all the comments, the feedback, all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you in the future. It will be, we are very close to getting this thing done. Everything, of course, always takes a little bit of time, but I can almost feel it. Oh, what I also can feel is forgetting stuff. We have this building, which I said I wanted to kind of wash the bricks because it's too it's too nice and bright. So let's use this wash. Oh, it's very, very thin. It might be a bit too thin and too light. You know what we're going to do? I can't leave without doing that, so I'm plumping in some more brown. Come on, you piece of crap. Plump, plump, some plump. Finally, a satisfying plump. Now I have a little bit of, it should be a bit thicker. Yes, it is. I will drench it in this, because I can't have bluish gray bricks. I need them to be a bit more dirty. And this brown mix should be up to the task. I'm very happy that I went back and redid the bricks on this one. By the way, I wasn't too happy with it. Hopefully this will alleviate some of the troubles it had. Did I just drop my elbow into paint? No, I escaped by millimeters. Okay, that is fine. Now I'm gonna hurry up, do this, and then I will be out, spend some time with the family, get some dinner, and restore my batteries, and I will be back and ready for some more painting. And I can't wait. I'm going to add some posters, which always looks really good in my opinion. Gives it a bit more something to look at, and it breaks up the patterns of the bricks and all that kind of good shit. Okay, and there we go. The bricks are washed and ready for some dry brushing later on. I'll put it down in its rightful place, like so. And I will, even though it's still drying, I will try to put everything back where it's supposed to be, and maybe do an update shot for Instagram. I want to keep it up to date. I'm working on getting some more eyeballs on Instagram as well. Maybe it will help with the Twitch viewers eventually. So kind of have a bit of a stagnation in viewers, new viewers. That's, I guess that's kind of how it goes. I don't know. I haven't been on, never tried to build a following before, really. There, and the final piece of the puzzle is the big house. I really preferred the house being flipped the other way around, but it just wasn't playable. Now, so the board is really shaping up nicely. Very happy, very, very happy with the progress so far. Yeah, just happy. Just pleased with how it's turning out. Have to do some cleaning up. See, some of the wood has been kind of ruined by some spillage, but that's fine. No big deal. No big deal at all. Yes. Well, thank you so much once again. Yeah, September. Yeah, when I'm done, I try to just keep working on it and having fun, and hopefully more people will join to watch eventually, and maybe when I get some YouTube videos out, it will kind of have this chain reaction that might bring more people to Twitch, and people who watch on Twitch will watch on YouTube, and kind of have this, just wanted to grow organically, I guess, and have people join in and make a community. That is the dream. If not, I will keep on just making stuff that I want to do, and that is, I'm perfectly fine with doing that as well. Anyway, thank you so much once again. Maybe this is the 4th time I've said it, for watching, and I will hopefully catch you all in the next one. Take care, and smooches from Mordheim. Bye bye.